Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about promoting and monitoring physical activity. So this is chapter 12. You'll have to forgive me. I got sunburned this weekend out recruiting soccer players, so my face is peeling this weekend. It'll hopefully be back to normal next week. So physical activity for children. When we're talking about physical activity and what we want to do. National organizations really say that children need 60 minutes of physical activity every day. That activity doesn't have to all occur in one 60-minute spurt. It can occur in two 30-minute sessions or four 15-minute sessions, but they need at least 60 minutes daily of physical activity. So this physical activity needs to have three elements to it, right? It needs to have aerobic activities, muscle strengthening activities, and bone strengthening activities. So I want to talk a little bit about what those three categories are, what they look like, how you can incorporate those things into your lesson plan. Aerobic activities should be done 60 minutes a day. They can include moderate or vigorous intensity activities. At least 3 days a week, they need to be vigorous activity for at least 20 minutes. So there's kind of different stages to your activity, and most of what we're going to do is going to be moderate or vigorous. So for at least 3 days a week, children need 20 minutes of vigorous activity. That's 20 minutes in one session of vigorous activity, and I'll talk to you about how to monitor that using heart rate zones. To do that. Aerobic activities are going to be activities like running, hopping, skipping, jumping rope, swimming, dancing, bicycling. That's the main kind of things we're doing. They're cardiorespiratory fitness activities. So where you're really working on their cardiorespiratory system. So you're working on their breathing, their heart pumping, the blood moving through their body. This has huge health benefits for the students. You could Google cardiorespiratory stuff, or you could look up definitions of aerobic activities to understand a little bit more more of that. But the main thing you need to understand to be a PE teacher is they need 20 minutes or more of those kinds of activities: running, hopping, skipping, jumping rope, swimming, dancing, bicycling, that kind of stuff, where they're moving continuously for 20 minutes. The next category is muscle strengthening activities. This is part of their 60 minutes a day is muscle strengthening. These are things that are easy to include in your lesson plans. A lot of them are just part of play. They're just part of what you're doing. Climbing trees, playing tug of war. Those are all muscle strengthening kinds of things. It can be more structured things like, excuse me. It can be more structured, like lifting weights or working with resistance bands or doing push-ups, body weight types of exercises, but it can also just be incorporated into the activities that you're doing with the class. The last category is bone strengthening activities. Bone strengthening activities are going to occur whenever there's force put on the bones. This force, whenever you have a force put on your bones, it promotes bone growth and it promotes bone strength. And that's really important that we're including activities that help strengthen their bones. Most of the time, this force is going to be a force that comes by impact with the ground. So running is a bone strengthening activity. Jumping is a bone strengthening activity. Jumping rope, playing basketball, playing tennis. There's a resistance when you're playing tennis on your bones. Hopscotch. Those are all bone strengthening types of activities. So you can see that some of these activities are going to be aerobic activities, muscle strengthening activities, and bone strengthening. So you can have one activity that does all of those. If you were to do burpees, you may not know what a burpee is, but if you were to do burpees, a burpee is an activity that's going to be aerobic. It's going to be muscle strengthening because it includes a push-up, and it's going to be bone strengthening because it includes different impacts with the ground. Jumping is part of it. There's some different impacts that you're going to have with your forearms, with your hands, and with your feet. So one exercise can cover all of those different things. So that makes it easier for us as PE teachers to plan our lesson plan so that we have aerobic activities, muscle strengthening activities, and bone strengthening activities. Now let me talk a little bit about how to monitor physical activity. The easiest way, I think the simplest way to do this is using heart rate zones. There's lots of information on the internet about heart rate zones that you can access to have a better understanding of this. But basically for children, the simplest way to do it, we want to get the students in the moderate or vigorous category. So if you think of a heart rate, a maximum heart rate is 220. Typically, to get your max heart rate, you would take 220 and subtract your age. So if your age is 30, you do 220 minus 30, and your max heart rate would be 190. Well, for children, what we're going to do just across the board to keep things really simple is we're going to do a max heart rate of 200 for children. So that's the amount of times their heart beats in 1 minute. So you can check your pulse. You can do that under your neck. You can do that on your wrist. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about how to check your heart rate, but you can do that on your wrist to check. Usually you would look at that for 30 seconds. You would count while your watch goes up for 30 seconds, and then you would double it because it's how many beats per minute. But we're going to say a max heart rate for children is usually around 200. So to get in the moderate category, you would want to be 50 to 70% of that 200. To be in the vigorous category, we would want to be 70 to 85% of that heart rate. So a moderate heart rate, moderate activity for children, 50% of 200, right? Half of 200 is 100. 70% would be 140. So the moderate heart rate would be between 100 and 140. A vigorous heart rate would be between 140 and 170. Now this is just a rule of thumb. This isn't exact because it's going to be a little different for every child. But this is a guide that you can use with your classes. So if your students need 20 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity 3 days a week, you would be looking for those students to have a heart rate of 140 to 170 for 20 minutes straight. That would get them in a vigorous activity level. There's a lot of ways you can check that. You can use your wrist with your fingers. There are watches out there that will check your heart rate. I know the Apple Watch checks your heart rate. There are apps you can download on your phone that'll actually use your camera's flash to check your heart rate. You can download an app. There are different free apps that are out there, and you actually hold your finger over the camera, and it will use the lens, or I think it uses the flash to monitor your heart rate and tell you what your heart rate is. That's a simple way to do it. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do that and check your students' heart rate to make sure they're working at the proper pace. The watches are easy to do. You could go out and you could buy 20 watches or 10 watches and then share those in your classes to get a good idea of how to monitor that heart rate. So those are things of how to use aerobic, muscle strengthening, and bone strengthening activities in your class, and then how to monitor their physical activity using heart rates.